What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy J Narc, aka Crystal World, and today we're on to team number 9, and that team is the Denver Broncos. And as I'm recording this video, Monday, April 5th, the Carolina Panthers traded for Sam Darnold, and the Jets gave them Sam Darnold. And so it looks like Zach Wilson will be the number 2 overall pick, and the Panthers are not drafting quarterbacks. So my last video was invalid. All right, so we're in the off season right now. We have 24 players. So real life, they franchise tag Justin Simmons. Let's see if we can sign him to a deal. We probably won't be able to, so we're probably gonna have to try to like franchise tag him if necessary. Okay, so never mind. We got him back. Philip Lindsay, we're gonna let walk, of course. Alexander Johnson, middle linebacker, we're gonna let walk. Shelby Harris, D end, asking for a lot of money. We're gonna let him walk. Tim Patrick is a target for Drew Lock, so we keep him around. Will Parks is a veteran strong safety. He's asking for a cheap deal, so we can keep him around. DeMar Dotson is asking for $4 million. He provides depth at that right tackle position. We don't know what it's going to be looking like, but he's not interested in signing. DeMarcus Walker, I remember when they drafted him, I thought, yo, he's going to be solid. Yeah, no, that was not the case, but we're going to re-sign him for one more season. Elijah Wilkinson, sign him as a backup. And then we got these guys here who are going to let walk. There's a lot of low overalls there, but we're going to see, we're going to advance to the next week. So we have $16 million available in cap. We're obviously going to keep our quarterback, Drew Lock. That is our future. At running back, we have Melvin Gordon, who we're going to keep as our lead back and have Royce Freeman as be the backup. Fullback, we're good at that. Cortland Sutton should be back. Jerry Jeudy's a superstar receiver. I think the receiver core is pretty set, as well as the tight end position. So I'm not really too worried about that. Offensive line is the kind of the bigger issue, I would say, as we have not like it's bad, but we just need to have depth all over the field. And Dalton Risner's pretty solid. What I'm doing is just signing backups right now. So giving this backup some deals just so we have some depth on the team. Lloyd Cushenberry is a 69 overall center. I want to keep him around, see if he'll develop. We have Graham Gaslow and Natane Muti, who's a 71 overall, but he has a star development factor. And we also have Juwan James here. So D-line, we have Jarrell Casey and Draymond Jones. D-tackle, we don't have anybody. Right end, we don't have anybody. So a valid thing we would try to go for, I mean, Trey Hendrickson, I don't think it would be a solid thing for us to try to go after him. Like, our linebacker situation needs a lot of help. But we do have Bradley Chubb, though, so that's pretty solid. Our corners are alright, but I feel like we should just try to, like, maybe even release some players. Because I know in real life that the Broncos released A.J. Boye and Jarrell Casey. I remember they did that. So we would save $13 million by releasing A.J. Boye. So I guess that's what we'll do. We freed up some cap. We only have 3 corners on the team. And then, obviously, we're not going to get rid of Von Miller. What they also did was get rid of Jarrell Casey, which also save us some bread as well. So we just made like $25 million out of 2 players. So that's pretty solid if you ask me. So we now have $38 million available in cap. We're gonna just sign like some rotational pieces just to have on the D-line. So we're gonna sign someone like Trent Murphy. Perfect scheme fit. Give him a 1-year deal. I think that's pretty solid for us. D-tackle is a position of need that we need to address. So we're gonna sign someone like Daquan Jones to help plug up the middle. Give him a 1-year deal. And then we'll probably end up drafting a D-tackle as well. And then at right end, probably sign Lawrence Guy to a 1-year deal. Just for the year to see how he performs. We definitely need a cornerback. And obviously I don't think the Broncos would attract like a high-tier corner. So they would go for someone like Sidney Jones. And that would be their squad that they go with. And for the linebacker position, I don't think they would really address the middle linebacker, like get Danny Trevathan. I think he used to be a Bronco, so I don't think that would make sense for them to do that. But I do see them going with Devondre Campbell, who provides some depth in the middle. So let's see if those acquisitions go through. So we got the backups, we got the middle linebacker, right end, D-tackle in the corner. So we addressed that position. And it's got the college players, of course. So we got the contract with Trent Murphy, so that's pretty solid. We have $12 million still available in cap. We have our kicker and punter, of course. Strong safety, we're okay. I still want to keep around Kareem Jackson, but I still feel like we could release him as well just to see what we could get there. We need a backup, so I'm going to get Vince Beagle as being a backup to Bradley Chubb. I don't think that's too bad. I think he'll sign that deal. We have the middle linebackers. Left side linebacker is good. We got the D-line position kind of addressed, so that's pretty solid. Offensive line, got that kind of addressed as well, so we're okay with that. Tight end, it's good to have a second tight end, but we're not going to worry about that position. We're going to keep scouting and then head right into the draft. So the draft is here, ladies and gents. We have the 9th pick in the draft. Jaguars obviously pick first. They choose their quarterback, Zach Wilson. Okay. Jets go Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why they would do something like that. Nonetheless, we're going to go to our pick, Rashawn Slater, left tackle. So the Panthers go offensive line. Realistically, that could happen. That wouldn't be too bad for them to do. But we're here at pick number 9. And, damn. Do we go a cornerback? I feel like it wouldn't be too bad going for a corner, but I really wanted to get a middle linebacker, but I guess he's not there anymore. So I guess we'll go corner, shore up that position. Patrick Surtain, early first rounder, we go with him. 78 overall, ranked number 3 true value, drafted him at number 9. That is who the Broncos go with to go reform their defense. So now we're going to go into our next pick. So we have the next pick. Let's look at the players we've scouted. We do not. So what's his name? The middle linebacker, Zaven Collins, that we were looking for, is still did not get drafted. So we have Aleem McNeil. He's a D tackle. I feel like that would be a good position to address. We get him to provide some depth on the D line, and then so we're gonna see if, now that we have another pick, we're gonna see if there's like maybe a linebacker of some sort that we can maybe draft to help out with the team. So the middle linebacker position, of course, would be better with Jabril Cox, 4th rounder. There's no. I might just leave this up to the simulation to the CPUs to draft this. So we're gonna skip to the end of the draft and see what else we do. So let's take a look at the draft recap now. So we got Surtain. Bro, why did the Broncos draft Justin Fields? Dude, why? Okay, we got a safety, a linebacker, a right end, a safety, and a right outside linebacker. Okay, I don't know why they drafted Justin Fields. Realistically, I don't think Justin Fields would drop that low, so we're not even going to incorporate him into this rebuild because that's just not realistic. I should have drafted. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. Okay, so we're at week 1. We have, Justin Fields, you're not going to be the starter. I'm sorry. You're just not going to be the starter. It's going to be Drew Lock. I apologize, but this is what it is. This is what the team looks like. Obviously, needs to... receivers are pretty solid, but we obviously need to address like certain positions. And I feel like once we do that, we'll be a pretty solid team. Nonetheless, I do feel like we'll get some wins. So without further ado, let's see what we do. But I think I'll trade away Justin Fields because it's just like we're trying to build Drew Lock. Like, there's no reason for us to have Justin Fields right now. As much as, like, okay, like, it's realistically possible. No, it's not realistic. Like, Justin Fields is going 1st round, without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's going 1st round. So, I'm going to send Justin Fields to the Bears for a 3rd round pick. Honestly, for a 2nd, and see if that goes through. Trade-off was accepted. I'm sorry. I just had to get rid of him. I just had to. But, nonetheless, guys, let's see how we do and sim to the playoffs and see if, with this first year, if Patrick Surtain, he can help out the Broncos. So, okay, we didn't make the playoffs, but we just beat the Steelers 17-16. We ended up going 8-8, which is pretty nice. Okay, offense was 9th, defense was 24th. So Drew Lock, 32 touchdowns, 14 picks, 97.3 passer rating. Nice. Melvin Gordon didn't really amass 1,000 yards, but that's fine. Jerry Jeudy had 1,000 yards. Cortland Sutton had 1,000 yards. Tim Patrick had 853 yards. Noah Fant had 755 yards. Pretty nice. So receivers did their thing. Defense, Trent Murphy had 7 sacks. Von Miller and Bradley Chubb both combined for 5.5 sacks, which isn't good. Patrick Surtain had 4 picks, though. And our corners did really pretty well with getting picks, so we know what position we're going to have to address. But I'm actually very happy with that. It says upgrade players. Let's just upgrade everyone. 55 players were upgraded, of course. 80 overall offense, 81 defense, and let's just see what the Bears did if they started Justin Fields. He had 20 touchdowns, 13 picks. Yeah, exactly. So you stay over there. You do what you got to do over there. We're good on that. But let's sim to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is Packers-Jets, and the Jets drafted Trevor Lawrence. The Jets were the 7th seed, and they beat everybody. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. So it's Packers-Jets. Well, let's look at the yearly awards first. MVP went to Mahomes. Coach of the Year went to Mike McCarthy. Okay, pretty nice. We'll see the season recap after this year, after this Super Bowl, between the Packers and the Jets. The winner, wow, Trevor Lawrence in his first year won MVP. That's crazy. Won Super Bowl MVP, and he won the Super Bowl. Mahomes won MVP. Offensive Player of the Year went to Tom Brady. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Fields. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Jamin Davis. Middle linebacker, Defensive Player of the Year went to Levante David. Pretty solid. So, okay, we have 20 players ready to negotiate. Von Miller, he's been declining. We're going to have to let him walk with Bradley Chubb, though. This is a guy we have to re-sign. This is our linebacker. He's the future. We're going to have to re-sign him to a hefty deal. He's just not interested in signing, so we're going to have to franchise tag Bradley Chubb. And then we have Bryce Callahan here. 1-year deal. He's a pretty solid corner. He's touching 30, though. He's not interested in signing. We have Cortland Sutton, a very, very good receiver. We're going to see if we can re-sign him and be part of the elite receivers that we have, which we did. Melvin Gordon, we're going to let walk. Same with Kareem Jackson. Daquan Jones, I feel like we could keep you around for 1 year. He's just not interested in signing. These older guys are not interested. Malik Reed, though, left outside linebacker. I want to keep him as we're losing Von Miller. But, oh my gosh, bro. No one wants to re-sign. Josie Jewell. Okay, we got him back. Deshaun Hamilton, depth receiver. You guys all think free agency is gonna be so much better for you in the long run. All right, go ahead, be my guest. Elijah Wilkinson, will you resign? Because it would be smart if you did. We're giving you some good money to be a backup. Duke Dawson Jr. is a strong safety. We're gonna see if we can re-sign you, just have some depth onto the team. We do. Andrew Beck is a fullback, so it doesn't really matter if we keep him or not, but we get him back. And then Jeff Driscoll, we're going to be Drew Lock's backup, of course, so I'm going to give you a 7-year deal. Hopefully you accept. He does. Stephen Wisniewski, we're going to let you walk with Tyson Barrow. You're going to be our backup left tackle to back up Garrett Bowles, but he wants to test our free agency. So we'll let those guys walk. As sad as it is what it is. And we're going to... So we didn't have to worry about getting rid of Von Miller as he left himself. Sidney Jones, Patrick Surtain is an 80 overall, which is pretty nice. Drew Lock is a 73, so he's progressing pretty nicely. Let's see what Justin Fields is at right now. He's a 74. Interesting. But I still believe in Drew Lock. He had a great year, so all we could do was just improve and just do better, right? So quarterback, we still have Drew Lock. Running back, we don't have any running backs on the team, so we might end up going with a running back. Hopefully they got some people that's worth it. So we're gonna sign Matt Breida just to have on the team. Receivers, I'm okay with. Tight end, I'm good with. Left tackle position, we're just gonna sign a backup, of course, just to be onto the team. Nothing wrong with that. Left guard, we have Dalton Risner. So I just want to sign a veteran just to have as a backup as well, like Tyler Shatley. Center, Lloyd Cushenberry. I still want to keep you around there. I feel like you're going to develop nicely. Just got to give you some more time. So we'll sign Ben Garland just to be a backup, just for competition, of course, as realistically that would happen. Right tackle, we have Juwan James here. I wonder if he's back from injury. We might have to just let him go, though. Might just have to let him go. D tackles, this is the D tackle class that's free. We got Andrew Billings here. I'm going to sign him to a deal, see if he can come along to the squad. Right end, DeMarcus Walker is a 70 still. We don't really have much going there, so we might have to draft a player there. Left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker, we have Bradley Chubb. Middle line, okay, so we don't have a good amount of linebackers, so maybe we could try to re-sign Malik Reed. Let's re-sign Malik Reed to a deal, see if we can get him. Middle linebacker, we're just going to rock with them for now. Bradley Chubb is a superstar, of course. Corners are pretty solid as well. And strong safety. See if we can sign Ronnie Harrison Jr. to the deal. Normally he's as a free agent that they just let rock for some reason. So let's advance to next week. So we got Ronnie Harrison, we got the D tackle, we got Matt Breida, Ben Garland, left outside, and Greg Little. So pretty solid. Let's look at the team still, see what's left to address. So this is the offensive line. Juwan James is back, so nonetheless, it's gonna be a very he's gonna be very I guess you could say like under the scope, because it's gonna be a make it or break it year for him. We gotta also see if we could get a right end of some sort, because it's not looking too well with that position. And I don't know if I want to wait till the draft, but I also want to get a running back. Wyatt Teller is a 27-year-old guard who's sitting here, so it's, you know, could be something as well. For right now, let's see what we can do for the right end position. Maybe get someone like Ndamukong Suh to provide that veteran presence on the D-line. I don't think that would be too bad. He already has a ring, so he's just trying to chase the money. I don't think that'd be a bad idea, right? I think that's realistically what could happen. And so yes, we got Ndamukong Suh, so now we can head right into the draft. Okay, so we start drafting. We have the 15th pick in the draft. Giants have the first. Let's go to advance to the next user pick. So they got a DN and Juan Owens. Running backs, you see? The running back position is very, very loaded. It's loaded. So we're in no rush, of course. We have the first round. That right tackle position looks pretty nice. Well, there's also multiple right tackles, so we're not worried about that. Center wouldn't be too bad as well. Cade Hale. All late first rounders. Brandon Matthews, the center. Right end, Michael Garcia. Honestly, we might as well go right end. I feel like that'll be the best bet for us. Go right end, Michael Garcia. Yeah, we're going to go right end, Michael Garcia. Good pick, rate number 9 true value, drafted him at number 15. It's going to be our right end of the future. He'll fit the scheme perfectly. And he's from Alabama as well. Falcons just got a running back. There's also many running backs still available. We have Greg Mills and John Raymond. Early first round running back, elusive back. Let's see. Let's go by scouted. We got John Raymond, who's an early first rounder. Hugh Sheffield, who's a late first rounder. And Greg Mills, who's a late first rounder as well. So we're going to go John Raymond, 75 overall, ranked number 8 in true value, and drafting him at number 46. So that's going to be our running back of the future, of course. Oh, we also have another pick. Oh, I forgot. We made a move with, we traded away Justin Fields for another pick. So, with that being said, I guess we'll go with the center position. I guess the center position wouldn't hurt. Brandon Matthews, mid-first rounder. Get him. Why not? 74 overall. We get him to battle with our guy. So we have a third round pick now. Scouted. It's the third round. We got a left end that's available, a D tackle, a tight end. I think it's nice if we go with tight end. Give our boy another option. So we got Raheem Bean. That'll be our tight end that we add onto the team. As for depth, fourth round is here. So let's look at the scouted. Fourth round, it can be any position. Obviously, we don't need a running back. We don't need a quarterback. Right guard, center. We also have some D tackles available here. And we also have a middle linebacker as well. I didn't know we had a middle linebacker available as well. I think that's a position that I do want to look at. Will McKee. He's a late second rounder. I'm going to draft him. Good pick. Yeah, I think that's a solid pick because we need some more front seven material. Alright, so we still have some players here left. If they have any D tackles that's in a high range, I think that's something we'll go after. So they have Teddy Ayers. We're going to draft him, add more depth onto the D-line, and then we're going to leave the draft at that and see what the last two picks are. Okay, so as we look at the draft recap, we had a pretty solid draft after Ayers. Then we drafted a left end in the corner. Not too bad. I'm very happy with how that draft came out. I feel like we addressed a lot of needs, and wants me to upgrade the players. That I will do. I didn't know we still had Tyree Cleveland as well. So we are 77 offense with 80 defense. This is the O-line. We got that rookie starting for us, and then Lloyd Cushenberry's there. Offensive line has some backups, so I'm pretty happy about that. The receivers are pretty nice. We're going to start that running back over Breida, of course. Breida's just going to be our second down back. or third down back, of course. We're obviously going to have to sign someone as well. Linebackers, I'm okay with. D-line, I'm okay with as well. It's going to be a battle between Draymond Jones and Max Garcia to see how well they perform. And I really like how this team is coming out. We're just going to sign a running back just to add for depth. And then from then on, we'll see how we go from there. So I feel like we'll sign Rashad Penny to the deal. And so then we have that trio of running backs that could potentially do nice. And we're going to make sure that the rookie gets the start because, we're going to make sure the rookie gets the start. So that's what we're going to do from there. And so that's what the team looks like, guys. So let's see if we can make the playoffs. Okay, so we didn't make the playoffs. We went 9-7 this year. So did the Chiefs, and the Chargers went 12-4. So another good year. We're like right there. We're right there with the Broncos. We're really right there with the Broncos. We have an 80 offense, 84 defense. I want to see statistically how well we did. Our offense was 25th, and our defense was probably way better than our offense this year. Our defense was 15th. Drew Lock, 29 touchdowns, 8 picks, 100 passer rating. Not bad at all. Let's see how Justin Fields did. 32 touchdowns, 13 picks. Okay. Kind of like a battle of like who's going to do better because we did trade him away. Justin Herbert had 32 touchdowns and 6 picks, so he ate, of course. But Drew Lock had a good season as well, and running backs didn't do much of anything, so we got to keep that in mind. Tim Patrick had 1,200 yards along with 11 TDs, and then Jerry Jeudy had 913 yards. Not too bad. Defense, then Ndamukong had 8.5 sacks. Josie Jewell had 5.5. Bradley Chubb had 5.5. Malik Reed had 5. Aleem McNeil had 3. Draymond Jones had 3. Michael Garcia had 2. So we didn't really get much out of our squad with the sacks, but Patrick Surtain did get a lot of interceptions, of course. So we went 9-7. So another upgrade from last year. As we were 8-8. So we finished with a positive record this year. Let's look at the team really quick. See who's overall got boosted. And obviously Garrett Bowles is nice. Matthews is nice. Graham Glasgow, of course. Tight end Noah Fant's in 84 now. Jerry Judy's in 84. Cortland Sutton's in 86. But he had a hamstring tear. Raymond is a 77. Drew Lock is a 76 now. So we're really progressing nicely. McKee is a 72. And I think our guy retired. I think our guy retired for real. The D-line position is pretty questionable. Like, it's still like, I don't know what to do with it. We have lots of like good pieces on it. But let's send to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is Chargers Vikings. Okay, so Justin Herbert is on a mission, and he wins the Super Bowl. So he was on his mission indeed. Left end. So Blake Martinez won Defensive Player of the Year. Justin Fields won Offensive Player of the Year. Justin Herbert won NFL MVP, and he won the Super Bowl. So he was just on a tear. So with Bradley Chubb, I don't want to let him walk, but he's not performing how I would like him to perform. And so it's like, everyone would think I'm crazy for letting him walk, but it's like, think about it. He's not performing how he's supposed to. Like, Sidney Jones, solid corner, keep him around. Dalton Risner, 28-year-old left guard, pretty solid. We're gonna keep as well. Like, I don't want to get rid of the pass rush. I want to give him another year to see how he performs. Oh, Drew Lock, forgot. Got to give him a hefty deal. He's our quarterback. 3-year deal, prove it deal. That's pretty. I like to. What? A $40 million franchise tag? Holy shit! If we franchise tag Drew Lock, we're gonna have to re-sign him. Yeah, we're gonna have to re-sign him in free agency. All right, that's where we're gonna have to re-sign Drew Lock in free agency. Because if we franchise tag him, we won't have the cap for it. We're gonna have like $4 million left, and we still need to address positions on the team. So we're gonna have to re-sign him. We get Draymond Jones back. We're letting Juwan James walk, and Bradley Chubb is still questionable because he's not performing how I need him to perform. So it's like, damn. But we'll give him a deal, and if he doesn't accept, he walks on his own. So he's not interested in signing. So we lose him. So it's either we franchise tag Drew Lock or Bradley Chubb. I'm gonna go franchise tagging Drew Lock. $39.5 million. We did it. Had to do it. It sucks, I know, but we had to do it. It's Drew Lock. I mean, he's not playing bad, so we had to franchise tag him. It's a huge cap hit, but nonetheless, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll manage. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you would go with that move that I made, but nonetheless, we had to. Damn. So I think what's left for us to do is to just like either trade or cut Graham Glasgow. We either cut Graham Glasgow and then let Muty get his chance to be a starter, as he's 24. So I guess that's what we'll do. We'll cut Glasgow, get some cap space, and then we're gonna see if we could sign some players. As we'll have 15 million available in cap now because we do that. We make that move. So Raymond's our running back number 1, of course. So we're gonna see how he does in his second year. Fullback, we're good. Receivers, we're good. Tight end, we're good. Left tackle, we're good. Left guard is good. Center is good. Right guard is all right. We just need a backup. We're gonna sign Connor McGovern to be our backup. Not too bad. Right tackle is a position of need, and I want to save it for the draft. I think it'll be better if we save it for the draft. So I guess that's what we'll do. And then linebackers, need a middle linebacker, but what we could do is also draft and sign Bradley Chubb. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to draft someone for that position as well. But nonetheless, it's looking pretty solid for the team. So we got the backup, so that's good. So we're gonna send to the draft. Okay, so we have the 18th pick in the draft. Let's see what's available for us. We need a right outside linebacker. We need lots of positions, but nonetheless, I feel like we'll get the positions we need. Right outside linebacker, no one here, of course. Left outside linebacker, no one of value, of course. We have Michael Dawson, early first rounder. We'll draft him. 77. He's ranked number 4 in true value. Drafted him number 18. So we got our middle linebacker of the future. It's pretty solid. So now we got our middle linebacker. What I also feel like we should go after is a maybe offensive lineman. Offensive lineman wouldn't be too bad, as our guy is getting old. So it's always good to go with the D-line. Always cool to see that. But I'm gonna go with the left tackle that's available, Donald Patterson. We drafted him. He'll be the backup just to make sure that we have that position. Now that we go into the 3rd round, we need to address the linebacker position, the outside linebacker position. So we obviously have Gerard Birch that's available here. So Devon Dobson, late 3rd rounder, projected early 5th. I do want to go with him, but I also feel like going with like a D tackle, low key, because that D tackle is a 1st round talent. So I might just go with him. He runs their scheme. Yeah, we're gonna go with him. Always good to have lots of D tackles. You can say that the Broncos love adding to the D line. That's what we do. So now we could address like the outside linebacker position. So we got Devon Dobson, late 3rd rounder, and we also have Caleb Moyer. He's a late 3rd rounder. He's a power rusher. So we'll go Devon Dobson. Just that depth. We already know what to expect. It's gonna be a project player, of course. And let's see if we get at that left outside linebacker that's available. If he's there, that's good for us. He's not, so I'm gonna leave it at that and send to the end of the draft. Draft recap shows that those are the players we got, of course. Not too mad. So let's advance into the next week. I'm a little bit annoyed that I had to franchise tag Drew Lock, but it is what it is. After all, so this is the offense. I really like the offense a lot. Who's Matthews? Oh, I really like the offense a lot, so I'm not too mad about it. We didn't get the right tackle that we were looking for, but Greg Little's playing at that side. And we have Raymond, the rookie, starting. So basically, the offense kind of returns. The same players kind of return. We have the rookie, Michael Dawson, starting for us. And then a guy named Jordan Smith starting for us at that position. So that's obviously a position we have to address. D-line is just pretty stacked with players. I cannot lie. It is stacked. And the corners are pretty good. So I just need to address that outside linebacker position, see who's available, and address that really quickly. Okay, there's no one that's worth like signing onto the team, so we're gonna have to go with a weakness over there. But nonetheless, I think we should hopefully be better than 9-7, but let's see. Ooh, so we make the playoffs this time. We actually make the playoffs with this Broncos team. Interesting. Very interesting. We went 9-7 again. We led. We were second in our division. Chiefs were 9-7. Super Bowl winner and MVP Justin Herbert ended up losing and having a losing season, going 6-10. Interesting. Our offense was 22nd, and our defense was 17. Drew Lock had a great year. 32 touchdowns, 8 picks, 102.2 passer rating, 63 completion percentage. John Raymond had 890 yards with 9 TDs, so he bounced back incredibly from last year. Let's see how Justin Fields did. 32 touchdowns, 10 picks. Okay. But statistically speaking, we had a higher passer rating, so that's good to see that. Running back, Tim Patrick had 1,000 yards. Cortland Sutton at 938. Jerry Jeudy at 701. So our receivers did all right. Defense, that's what I want to look at. Michael Dawson had 2 sacks and led the team in tackles. Michael Garcia had 7 sacks, and Draymond Jones had 7 sacks. That's pretty good. That was the most pass rush we got out of our team. Picks, Patrick Surtain had 3 picks, of course. So interesting. So our team made the playoffs. We're facing the 9-7 Colts. It is an away game. We have an 81 offense and an 84 defense. Drew Lock has helped this team go back into the playoffs, and they're saying he's a 79 overall now. So that's pretty amazing to see. Noah Fant is injured though. Dislocated his elbow. He'll be back by the time of Super Bowl if we make it. So, and then this is the linebacker. Devon Dobson though is a superstar right outside linebacker who's a run stopper. So that's pretty nice that we drafted a gem. Dawson's a 79. McNeil's an 80. Birch is a 77. Michael Garcia is an 80. Patrick Surtain's an 85. So we had some great draft picks. Great picks on the defensive side of things. And I'm very happy to see that. So we're facing the Colts, and it's an away game. So let's see what the Colts QB is first off before we go into this match. Their quarterback is Sam Darnold, and then they also drafted a quarterback named Calvin Hood. So we're facing Sam Darnold right now. Okay, so I'm hoping that we win the game, and we lost 37-8. God damn, 37-8. Man, they whooped us. But our contract got extended though. Damn, they terrorized us. Wow. I was not expecting that. Hold on. We got blasted, bro. Player stats. Drew Lock had 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Got sacked twice, but this man, Sam Darnold, got sacked 5 times, but he had a great day, though. Jonathan Taylor, 8. Damn. Jalen Wright, 8. Okay, and they have Corey Davis as well, and Chris Godwin. Sheesh. Michael Dawson had a sack and a tackle for loss. We had a good amount of sacks as a defense, so it's pretty interesting to see, but I guess it's just game planning. Okay. Let's see. Let's enter the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is Falcons-Ravens, Bird versus Bird. Yearly awards, Lamar Jackson won MVP, so of course he led them to the Super Bowl. Winner is the Falcons. Wow. Falcons won. MVP went to Mac Jones, who went to the Falcons. Wow. Lamar Jackson won MVP. Coach of the Year went to John Harbaugh. Aaron Rodgers won Offensive Player of the Year. Cornerback, middle linebacker Eric Kendricks won Defense Player of the Year. And wow. We're in the re-sign period. We have 16 players ready to negotiate. Jerry Jeudy, great receiver. We're going to have to re-sign him. We're going to re-sign Jerry Jeudy for sure. And we re-sign him. We're going to let Tim Patrick walk as he is 30 years old. Michael Ojammedia, we're going to have to re-sign you. You're a pretty solid depth corner who's always solid for us. We get him back. Drew Lock is asking for a hefty deal. We have to give it to him after all. He played pretty well. And we're going to have to just give him a chunk of the cap. So, give him a chunk of the cap because he earned it. And that's what we're going to do. We get Drew Lock back. KJ Hamler, 77 overall. He's a depth player. I think he'll like this deal. We get KJ Hamler. Josie Jewell is a great depth middle linebacker, so hopefully he signs this deal. He does. Andrew Billings, we're going to let walk. Dutain Moody, though, we're going to re-sign you. Great red guard. I'm going to give you a deal. Jalen Guyton. So we have a lot of players here that we could re-sign. We need a right tackle. I'm going to keep Elijah Wilkinson as a depth right tackle, of course. He's not interested in signing. Andrew Beck, our fullback. Re-sign with us, man. You already know what you're here for. Yep, Connor McGovern, you're a backup, so take the $3 million. Greg Little, we're not going to keep you. We drafted someone, so thank you for your service. And you're asking for $31 million? You're asking for $31 million. Okay. Albert Okwuegbunam, whatever, wants a deal. We get him back onto the team. Lloyd Cushenberry, we're going to let you walk because we have our center who's been playing pretty well. And Jalen Guyton, you're a great depth receiver, so we'll re-sign you, but he wants to play for a new team. So we let that happen. Tim Patrick, we're going to let walk as well. So we're looking pretty good nonetheless with our receivers. We're coming off our first taste of playoffs, so nonetheless I feel like we'll be pretty solid. So we need to address like the offensive line. Tight end is looking pretty good. Running back situation I'm okay with. Just probably need to sign a receiver just for depth. We definitely got to just upgrade the linebacker core, but nonetheless our defense is looking pretty amazing. It's looking pretty amazing. So we have 30 million available in cap. Who's available? Quarterback is going to be Drew Lock, of course. Running back as a backup, we're going to sign Myles Gaskin to the deal. He'll be a backup running back for us, as Matt Breida is on the last year of his deal, but we're going to keep him around just in case we do make the playoffs, of course. Cooper Kupp is a free agent. Devin Duvernay is a free agent. Devin Duvernay, we're going to sign you to the deal. You're going to provide depth for us, as this is a deep free agent class for the receivers. Offensive line, pretty solid all around. We just need a backup. Connor McGovern. There's 2 Connor McGoverns, I swear. Yeah, there is. Why not sign the other one just to be the backup center? We're going to sign the other one to be the backup center. And in right tackle is position of need. We're going to sign Tyrell Crosby to a deal. Hopefully he signs with us, as we've been lacking at that position this whole time. And Lucas Niang, we're going to see if we can sign you to a deal to be our backup right tackle. And then D-line, I'm going to leave that alone because we have a lot of players everywhere. And we're looking pretty stout, honestly. And honestly, at that Devin Dobson, I want to keep you there. I want to see how well you perform there. And in safety position, we're good. So let's see how we do with the free agents. And honestly, we're going to simulate the draft as well. We got Devin Duvernay, Gaskin, and the backup. Cool. We're going to simulate the draft. I'm not really too focused on the draft right now. We got Tyrell Crosby and the backup, so we addressed that position. So let's sim to next season. Okay, so 67 out of 79 players available. This is the offense. Pretty solid, if you ask me. Tight end is pretty good. Quarterback, looks like we drafted a quarterback in steel. Raymond's a 79 overall. Our receivers are pretty nice. Defense, Devin Dobson, you need to be a starter. And we're going to fix that in the depth chart. But our defense nonetheless looks pretty good. We're just going to work on the linebacker situation. So let's fix the depth chart and then simulate to the end of the season. So we ended up having a negative season. We ended up going 7-9 with the squad. So this is our first negative season, which I'm very shocked with. I expected to have negative seasons all around. But our offense was 26, so it wasn't that great. And our defense was 30th, so we had a worse defense. But Drew Lock played solid nonetheless. John Raymond obviously didn't touch 1,000 yards. Cortland Sutton had 1,000 yards. Devin Duvernay, though, had 14 touchdowns. It's pretty nice. Let's see how it went with our linebackers. Michael Garcia had 8.5. Devin Dobson had 2.5. Lee McNeil had 6. And Sidney Jones had 3 picks. Nice. Kind of disappointing. Nonetheless. But I don't know. I mean, Broncos are pretty interesting. I hope this is what happens to them when they go this way. I really do. But I don't know. It's a very interesting team. I don't know what to expect from them, as you know, this is a very solid team all around. Like, this is a very solid team, and they keep rebuilding, and they're going to be just playoff contenders and causing problems in playoffs. Like, not really nothing to be too upset about. I think this was a great rebuild, but I guess we'll leave it off right there, guys. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below what other things you want to see me do on the channel. If you want me to do like a impressions video or first impressions on the Xbox Series S, let me know in the comments down below. And hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you gotta be a fiend.